Okay, this is Joe Leigh here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Brad PAULS, undefeated middleweight, 15-0, 9 of those coming by knockout. It's good to see you, my friend, ahead of a big fight for the British title eliminator, May 13th. Obviously, on that card, your gym mate, Linus, is actually fighting for that belt. But first things first time interviewing you. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, I do. I'm glad we didn't get an interview the other day at the press conference because my brain was fried, mate. did like 7 in a row, and I was just like a zombie, just like. But
Exactly.
yeah, no, good to see you, man. Good to be on the channel. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. We get a bit more of an in-depth chat when it's over Zoom as well. Not much of a rush. And as you say, yeah, your head won't be as fried. So how have you been since then? I saw you've been training, obviously, and big fight May 13th.
Yeah, that's it. Just in the thick of training camp. I was with Linus earlier. I was at the track. Absolutely brutal stuff. And I'm in the gym later. But yeah, man, just flat out, both just fully focused. Good, we both got the same date. So we're going through the same sort of thing at the same time, making weight, same time, all similar struggles. But yeah, man, we're both just buzzing. Like I said to my coach earlier, like, what a night for my coach. You know what I mean? Linus wins on May the 13th, and I'll win on May the 13th. What a night for my coach. We're both sitting in the changing room and everyone's won. What a feeling, man. So yeah, we're excited, man, motivated. Come on.
That'll be incredible, and it'll motivate Linus, if you're successful, to then win his fight, if that makes sense as well.
Yeah, he said, sorry, he said this the other day. I was like, because I was thinking like I might be a few fights before. So I was trying to like sort of calculate when I'd fight, and he'd fight, he'd be later on main event, whatever. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, I'm not watching you fight. I was like, what? He was like, nah, it's too stressful before my fight. I'm the same as I hate watching my mates fight. Stresses me out because you have no control. So Linus was like, yeah, I'm not watching your fight, man. I'm in the changing room just chilling. So yeah, but at the end, but for me, I can have my fight and then go and watch Linus and just it'll be fresh. But yeah, it's gonna be a good night for us both, man.
Definitely, and great night for you, coach, as you said. However, it could get a bit awkward when he's the British champion and you're then the mandatory.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? Like on that same night, we'll be the closest to fighting each other ever. Like I'm next, but we get asked a lot, and we would never fight each other, and my coach wouldn't allow it, no matter what the money or anything like that. And yeah, it never really worked. Where would the coach go? And over the years, me and Linus built up quite a friendship. So there's a lot to lose if we were to ever fight. So yeah, I don't think it would happen. It's good to have him in the gym and stuff. And the thing, I was saying this as well, it's only with the British title you sort of have these problems because there's only one version of there's just one British title. But when you move past it, you have all these there's ways to navigate easier. Yeah.
Yeah. So Will, obviously you must have spoken about if Linus is successful, will he have one defense and then move on and vacate, and that leaves you open to fight for it? Okay.
That's right. Yeah. All goes well. Was no like contracts, a little verbal agreement between us two. Yeah. That I think he'll do the right thing. And he jokes about it quite a bit, saying, I'm going to have 3 defenses to win it outright. And I'm thinking, no, because that takes about 2 years. I'm going to be old, mate. I'm on my way out.
Yeah.
So I think he'll have voluntary pretty soon, I think, and then vacate, and then so it works out quite well.
It would make a good fight though if you ended up falling out, and then there'd be that backstory, that rivalry of old gym mates, old sparring partners, and then
we're both picking up footage in that. Yeah, it'd be like a movie script, wouldn't it? But remember when I did this? It'd be. Do you know what though? I think it'd be a really weird fight because I've done a million rounds with Linus, and we know every single one of each other's tricks.
Yeah.
The way we work so well, like we understand each other. So it probably might end up being a boring fight. We don't know. But yeah, it will never happen, man. We're good.
Who would be most likely to leak sparring footage though if it was to happen?
Good question. Maybe Linus. He'd probably just like, you can do it, you just crop it down to the right bits you want. You know what I mean? And be like, oh, smashed him up.
Well, I'll clip that bit out, and I'll hopefully start the rivalry. No, I'm joking. So let's talk Ryan Kelly. Obviously, he's from Birmingham. He's the best opponent you've faced. No disrespect to the other people you fought by a mile. He's fought Michael McKinson, Hamza Sheeraz as well. Went the distance with McKinson. What do you make of him as a fighter? What's he going to bring?
I rate him. I rate him massively. It's not a fight we took lightly. We knew it would be a real tough challenge, and I think if you look at the Hamza Shiraz fight, he was doing really well until he got caught. So you can tell he belongs at that level. I think he likes to stay in the pocket and have a tear up, which suits me perfectly. And he's got that championship experience. He's done plenty of title fights before. And yeah, so for me, it's the perfect gauge to see if I'm ready for the British title after. If I deal with Ryan Kelly well, then we know if I'm ready for the British. So it's right fight, right time for me.
What are you going to do to him on May 13th with the least amount of respect as possible?
You like stirring up beef, don't you? You like stirring up, so yeah. I do what, like, it's not my style, and I'm not one to disrespect anyone or anything like that. I think it's definitely going to be a good competitive fight. He's no mug, I think, but my 100% beats his 100%. I think they maybe just think I'm a bit of a maybe brawler. I punch a little bit, but I can box a little bit. There's more strings to my game, so I just win. That's just all I see is me winning.
Of course. What will it mean for you to then be this close, obviously, after what will be your 16th fight, to be that close to a British title?
Everything, like, this is nothing I've ever done before. I've never boxed on TV before, and it's took me years and years and years of working way up on a small hall, and you know how tough that can be, selling tickets and sometimes losing money. And it's like the first step of it finally starting to pay off. And I've always said, I just love the British title. I just think it's the sickest belt ever, man. Like, there's no easy fight for the British title. It's probably the most credible, sexiest looking belt in the world, and it's one step closer to my absolute dream. So it means everything to me, and that's why I train so hard, man. Like, this is it for me. Like, this is everything. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I think you speak for most people when you say the British is something that people look up to. Obviously the WBC's got that kind of eye candy look about it, but there's so many belts at world level. Kind of British one looks the part as well. The Ring magazine kind of looks a little bit similar, but yeah, I think I agree with you on that. And going up the ladder, obviously this weekend we have a unification fight between Golovkin, Murata. You've just told me before we started this, it's 1 p.m. in the UK on Saturday, which is ideal. And I guess you'll be watching.
100%, man. Mate, GGG's been my favourite fight for years. And but Father Time waits for no man. And like, you can't, is he 40?
Yeah.
40. And like,
It's only so long. But yeah, he's in his 40s.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Like, there's only so long you can. Time gets everyone. Do you know what I mean? It's going to break my heart if he loses someone he shouldn't. But I still think even an aged GGG would beat someone like Murata. I think he's a bit of a freak. So I'm hoping a GGG stoppage, and I hope he gets the rematch with Canelo.
Yeah, the third fight. How did you score those, the first two?
I think he definitely won the first, 100%. No doubt in my mind. And then the second one, all right, it was a lot closer. I might even give the second to Canelo, you know.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He definitely won the first one, I know that, but the second one, yeah. But
yeah.
The third one, and it's been so long since they boxed that if they do fight for a third time, it's not like GGG's getting any younger, so it's sort of swaying towards Canelo. So it's life.
How likely do you think it is that he gets a stoppage this weekend then in Japan?
Pretty likely. Got to look at his record, and I think when you're aging, your punch power is one of the last things that go. So yeah, it will just take one shot from GGG, and I think that Murata likes a bit of a tear up as well, doesn't he? So if he's there to be hit, yeah, I think it's quite possible.
For sure. Moving onwards or upwards, I guess, into the heavyweight division. At the end of this month, we see Fury and Whyte in the biggest British fight for a long, long time at Wembley. 95,000 now. The capacity's been increased to. What do you make of that? Who do you think takes it?
Good question. It's a weird one, isn't it? It's like the least promoted fight whilst they've sold the most tickets ever. You know what I mean? I feel like it's not happening. It's just a weird vibe to it. But You just can't write off Fury, can you? Because you've seen the way he's got hit before multiple times, and just somehow, as something inside him when he gets up, I think if Whyte lands his left hook, I think it can put Fury down, but it won't keep him down. I think Fury's way too big, and Whyte's not used to fighting someone as tall as Fury. So I think he'll slowly wear him down, and possibly late stoppage for Fury. But yeah, man, quality fight. These are the fights you want to see. Like, this is a good, exciting domestic dust-up. So yeah, it'd be good.
For sure. Really appreciate your time, Brad. Obviously, not long to go until you fight May 13th for the Indigo O2, biggest fight of your career. Any final words, my man?
Are you going to be there?
I hope so, actually. I'm not 100% sure, but I should be, yeah.
You got to be there, man. It's a massive night. Come on. Me and Lioness, we did do a joint interview after.
For sure.
Perfect.
And when you're asking, are you going to be there? That's to the people watching as well.
Yeah.
You can buy tickets now, so why not do it?
Yeah, do it through my link. Use code BPAULS. Sold a few tickets already. I think the whole place is going to sell out, so get them soon. If not, you should be able to tune in and watch. But yeah, thanks to everyone who supports. And yeah, thanks for the interview, mate. I appreciate it.
No problem. What's your social media for people who want to go and buy a ticket?
Just Brad Pauls on Instagram, Brad Pauls Professional Boxer on Facebook, and Brad_Pauls on Twitter. You'll find me. Follow the journey. We're just getting started.